Should be on a regular Wednesday meeting today, and I think it is way too high.
And your alternative? Is there something else you would have rather
If
have
it
seen?
takes almost 3 months, I think we could wait in April and give the people some more time and maybe find a lower bid.
Okay. Where'd the Hummers come from? This is the first I heard of them. so-
They were surplus from the armed forces surplus or something like that.
So this is a largesse from the federal government?
Yes.
They just gave them to us?
Yes.
And they gave them to the county?
You want one?
No, I'm asking, did they give them to the sheriff's department or did they give them to the county?
We can ask Lieutenant
Oh, I don't know.
Santuccio, he's on the agenda
Okay,
when he
fine.
comes in, okay?
Thank you.
Remind me that if I don't, bring it up.
And-
You asked,
The sheriff's department doesn't have the ability to own equipment.
I know.
that's right. We had that issue when
With the
that
truck.
red truck appeared out there. You asked Commissioner Kenny why she didn't vote for it. I think we who voted for it ought to also say why we voted for it. And I would say that this has been too long, waiting for this thing to happen. We had the bids, we went out for a second bid that was due last Wednesday. Unfortunately, we didn't put a time on it, so we couldn't act on it on Wednesday. If we had time on Thursday and Friday, we were both busy Thursdays and Friday, so we didn't have a meeting then. The earliest we could have had it was Monday. So the idea was to hurry up and get this thing moving. Whether we could have waited or not is a question. We decided not to. If we waited, there's always a possibility that Bonifage and Stone would have had another job to do. I don't know whether they've been hanging around, not my business, but the sooner we got this thing going, the better, was my point. We're losing money, and I talked with Charlie Agnew, who marketed the boilers to us. When I told him that it was estimated it would take 3 months, he said, I think working with whoever gets the bid, we can speed that up to maybe 2 months. And he said regardless, he said, I think the $375,000 is reasonable from what he's dealt with other companies where they've installed his boilers. There was another point.
I was concerned with the warranty issue.
Okay, that was mentioned, yeah.
The longer you wait
Yeah.
to get these things online and running, your warranty is running as soon as the things are delivered. So the longer you wait, the shorter your warranty period is at the end. I was also concerned with the possibility of leaving it out in one of our New Hampshire winters.
Right.
And I could not begin to believe that if we wait until someday in the future, somebody will come up and decide they want to do this project. If we couldn't get somebody between the time we put out the first bid to the time we closed it on the second bid last Wednesday, I'm not interested in finding out if there's somebody that I have to beg to do this project. And I did believe very strongly in what was said regarding who would do the work on the finishing work, and that it not be another company that might say, well, if something goes wrong, it wasn't my fault, it was the first guy who did it. So I want the continuity as well.
Concern about the warranty, that means the boilers are already delivered.
No, when they are delivered. And that's the problem. They were going to be delivered back in September. We held them off. And with Charlie Agnew, he said he would hold off until the middle of January. But they need to be delivered. And that would have been an extra cost of unloading them, storing them, hiring a piece of heavy equipment to move them again. It was just added cost. Yes, Mr. Brown.
Why?
Why what?
Why the meeting on Monday? Is there a fly in the ointment?
No.
Because it's certainly beginning to smell like a fish pier around here. Do we have possession of the boilers today?
They are fully paid for and will be delivered in the middle of May, middle of January.
So why the meeting on Monday?
I just told you
Oh,
what my reason.
no, excuse me, Mr. Chairman. You made a statement that BPS was gonna start this project immediately.
Yep.
That is inaccurate, because we do not have the boilers in our possession. So BPS cannot start the project immediately, as you stated in your opening remarks. That's clearly
Let me
inaccurate.
try to answer this one. Let me try to answer that one. Before we wanted them delivered, we wanted the doors open, the floor fixed, move the boilers in, they can work on the rest of it, because all interior work can be done at a later time.
Have they started since Monday?
Yes.
I've called him Monday right after our meeting,
Have they started
and he
yet?
was going to start.
May I say something, please? One of the first things that has to be done, because there is asbestos in the floor, in the tile, and the tile has to be ripped up, the first thing that has to be done is to get the paperwork done to allow us to do that work. So yes, it has been started.
The paperwork's all taken care of?
No,
It's been sent to...
Submitted.
It's been submitted to Concord. Take care, people in Concord have to do that.
Who picked the 5 companies?
What 5 companies?
all the 5 that put in for, that we
That
sent the
went out, the
bid to.
5 companies that the bid went out to. Who
Okay.
picked those 5 companies?
Kathy, Gary, you want to explain that?
The companies were the 5 companies that had bid on the actual boilers, because thinking that they were expertise. So they went there, they also went to the newspaper, it went to the Dodge Report, it went on our website.
That is the second one.
I mean,
Yeah,
it went
it
to
went.
the federal. So, I mean, there was many sources that this proposal went to, and we didn't get a phone call from
He's
any
implying
other
that BPS did something. He's implying the BPS
company.
had a hand in.
I know that, I believe that Representative Babson had spoken with perhaps a company, but they never in turn called us. I mean, maybe perhaps because of the regulations for the grant with regards to the Davis-Bacon, with regards to being an equal opportunity employer, it turned companies away. I don't know why. All I know is we sent it to many avenues for advertising.
But there were 2 bids. The first bid, it was clearly stated that the first bid went out to 5 specific companies. That is
That's not a
clearly
bid.
against the RSA.
That's not a
No,
bid.
that's not what she said. You didn't hear what she
No, I
said.
heard what
She said
Ms.
according
Gary
to-
said.
according
But
to
it was
federal-
stated- It was
according to
stated
federal
before, or
rules.
it's been stated up to this point, that the first bid went out to 5 specific companies.
Plus,
And to our
Paper?
website, to the federal site.
Well-
Then the second bid went out to the same plus.
It's not a bid.
But wasn't the federal, the Dodge report, that was the second bid?
Right,
that's right.
right.
That's
the
not the
first bid.
federal. That's not federal.
But that wasn't the first bid.
But it went
The
to,
first bid only went out to 5 specific companies.
No, that's not true.
So that's what was stated.
No.
That is what it said,
I-
yeah.
That's what's been stated.
That
Now
is
look,
what
oh, wait a
it
minute
said.
now. Last Wednesday, I believe, I passed out where those bids went. And right at the bottom, it had following federal rules or whatever.
right, and then,
Federal
and
Energy
then
website.
our own website. And then the second bid went in addition to the Dodge Report and to the
But he is
newspaper.
asking about the first bid.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's been out there. I think the RSA says you can send it to 3 companies.
No, what the RSA says is open bidding, competitive bidding required by a county in accordance with the provisions of RSA 28, semicolon 8, 8-A, and 8-C shall be open to any person or legal entity wishing to submit a bid to the company. It doesn't say, it says anyone. any person or any legal entity.
Yep.
But what's happening,
We went-
and what I see here is that the commissioners are steering the bid and driving the bid into a particular direction. Did any one of these four other companies, because the fifth one is BPS, did any one of these four companies have any work to do with the new nursing home, or have they done work with BPS in the past, and do they have a current connection to Bonnet, Page, and Stone?
I don't know the answer to that. All I know is we took the list of those that we sent out to bid on the furnaces.
Where did the list come from?
He's just
We
told
sent
you.
it out, and we had people in here that interviewed regarding what they would do for the pellet furnaces. One I can think of right offhand was Lyman out of North Conway. They came in. Drew, I'm not sure what company he represented, but he was here talking about his furnaces, his boilers. And then this other company that came in, Agnew, out of Maine, Portland, Maine.
Then why has it been stated up till now
Yeah.
that the first bid went out to 5 specific companies? It's been up until this point.
Because they bid on it, and we figured that they might have somebody who installs their boilers.
So now you're saying that it did go out to 5. So what are you saying? But you just said that yes, we sent, so did it go out to 5, or did it go out to the world? The first bid, because you just said,
Kathy?
you just admitted
Would
that
you-
it went out
yeah,
to the
just
5
ask
that previously bid.
Yeah, and it was held up because the feds, because of federal dollars were involved in the piping and the purchasing of the furnaces. My understanding, it had to go out under federal regulations, which is what Kathy Geary followed.
But this was supposed to be all fully investigated from a year and a half ago.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, what's that? I'm not sure what that's got to do with it.
Well, why, you're saying it was held up in September. These pellet boilers should
well-
already be up and online.
It was held up because we didn't realize it's
So it
our
wasn't-
money. And wait a minute, let me talk to you. I gave you your chance. We held it up because we thought it's county taxpayers' dollars. Why should we have to go by federal regulations? Kathy Geary found out that if any project is involved with federal dollars, it has to go out according to federal specifications as to who can bid on it. Okay? So, that's what we did.
So-
All right, that was the first time. The second time, as a result of Representative Babson, he said it should have gone in the Dodge report. So we said, okay, we'll hold off, and we put it back in the Dodge report and said that all you have to do is give us a phone call or send us a letter. We don't need the details right now. If the details are coming later, we will wait another week. Okay? I think we've done it properly. It's my opinion that we've done it properly. Okay?
It's clearly in violation of the RSA.
Well, that's your interpretation.
Yeah, I have
Ed,
this.
The main question seems to be is there a written procedure that you have to follow as commissioners to put out bids?
anything over $5,000, we have to put out the bid.
Okay, so there's a written procedure that you have to follow
Right.
to appear lawful to the citizens.
In one addition, we had to follow the Fed regulations because federal dollars were involved in it.
Now, yes or no, did you follow the right procedure in this bidding process?
Yes.
In my opinion, yes, we did.
You keep saying in your opinion.
Yes.
Well-
Is it being followed or is it not? That's the public question, because
It is
if
being
that's not
followed.
answered properly, you're setting a precedence of having no confidence in the decision. So
I believe it is being followed properly. We put out a request for bid following, because it was over $5,000, following all the procedures that we have always followed for bidding anything on the county level. We reopened up the bidding because we, as Commissioner Sorensen said, Representative Babson thought that it should have gone out to the Dodge report as well. So we reopened the bidding for one more time to allow perhaps more local people to get involved in offering a bid. Nothing having come in, we closed the bid.
Point of order.
Go ahead.
That was only out for what? What was it even out for a week?
Is out
Yes,
for
Or
1
1
week.
week.
Yep.
1 week.
And let me say, Mr. Babchick